Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sammy, and this is just a little chit chat, get ready with me, kind of giving you guys a life update. I tried to film so many YouTube videos before this. Y'all, I just want to start off this video saying, whatever God tells you, trust it. And even I witnessed a car crash. Hey y'all, so welcome to this video. Maybe this will be a weekly vlog, maybe this will be a day in the life vlog, I don't know. But we have a lot to do today. Oh my gosh, this person just slammed into this car, which was fun. But yeah, I just haven't really felt like recording. I think when I moved, it was kind of hard for me to record because I wasn't like in the best space. Hello and welcome to a very real week in my life. I really haven't been the happiest lately, but now I'm in a great space. And so here is my little life update for you guys. I'm feeling a little rusty, guys. And because I haven't made a video in a while, I thought I might just make a get ready with me video / like life update. And everything I use will be linked down below. I am trying to be in her makeup era. But hey, hello, hi. It feels like it's been forever. And I always get really good at posting in January because it's like always been a goal of mine to like be more consistent on YouTube. But hello, I am back here, back and better than ever. I actually this year don't really have YouTube goals, which is one of the first times in years where I haven't had YouTube goals. I just kind of want to post whenever I want to post. Maybe every other week, maybe I'll get into it. Also, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sammy. I have been making YouTube videos since high school. I literally have those ones privated because they're so cringy. But I did the Disney College program last year for a year and mainly made videos about that. And then fast forward, my big old life update is that I actually moved to California and now I work at Disneyland, which is pretty great. I really think it's cool that I've worked at both resorts, I guess you could call, but I really like working for Disney. It's always been like a fun thing, but it's never been like my goal to like grow in the company type of thing. So if you didn't know, I worked at the Emporium on Main Street in Florida. I also worked in Adventureland merchandise, and I worked merchandise in the Grand Floridian, but mainly in the Emporium for the longest time. And now when I came to California, I work in costuming for the entertainment. So the characters, right now I'm trained on like all the face characters, so it's called talent, and I just got trained on Star Wars, which has been literally one of the coolest things I've ever done. It's actually a crazy story about how I ended up working for Disneyland. So I had planned on staying in Florida for like the rest of my life, basically. Like that was always like the end goal. And I looked for a place to live literally for months. Like months and months and months. I went looking at apartments with one of my best friends, which if I would have stayed there, like I 100% would have lived with her. And then when that didn't work out, I even looked for places for myself, just like studio apartments that I could afford. And I found one that I loved, but it wasn't in like a safe area. So I nixed that. And I was like, let me see what other Disney jobs they have. I had Disneyland jobs pulled up on my phone, and I had lived in California before for my mission for my church. I lived in Riverside, so literally an hour away from where I'm living now. And it was just so crazy. Like I have to just show you guys, honestly. I literally had every Disneyland job that sounded appealing to me pulled up on my phone, and then I opened my Instagram, or I narrowed it down to like maybe one or two. I had entertainment costuming pulled up on my phone. And then I opened Instagram to this post. Disneyland entertainment costuming. Like, I am a firm believer in no coincidences. So I was like, holy crap. And I still couldn't believe it. Like after like kind of, I believe I was like praying a lot for like, what should I do next? Because your girl doesn't know. Because just staying in Florida just didn't feel right. So then I kept praying about it. I went to church, and of course, like I wasn't super active when I was in Florida because I didn't have a car, and then I worked most Sundays. So I wasn't really going to church all that often, but I did end up going to church like this one Sunday, and I was kind of like, I'm so stuck. Like, I need church to tell me what to do. And I went to church, and it was like this older couple got up to speak. I believe a high counselor, I think. And it was literally him and his wife saying how they didn't know why they were supposed to move to Florida, but they felt like they should. And everything just magically worked out for them. And then they realized later that they moved to Florida so that they could be with their daughter who ended up getting a divorce, and they were there to support her. Well, one of, I'm sure, many reasons. And I was kind of like, what the? And I remember driving away from church and just like crying because I was so terrified, because I literally like didn't have a place to live. I didn't even have a job. I didn't have like enough money to even move out here, let alone like all my plans were to stay in Florida forever. So sometimes I realize if you make plans, like God has different plans for you in mind. Yeah, it was just so crazy. And so I still kind of doubted it, because there was like money I had saved, and then I actually had to pay because the axle broke in my car. I had to pay like $1,000 to fix it. And then that same day I got my transfer to stay at the Emporium. And I remember going to work literally crying because I was just like, didn't know what to do with my life. And I, as much as I loved the Emporium, like I knew I couldn't stay there because I wasn't gonna grow and progress. And so I remember having like literally a breakdown. Like I could not stop crying, and I ended up going home from work that day, and everyone's kind of like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I'm literally having a quarter life crisis right now, and I don't know what to do with my life, and I'm just terrified. Fast forward to my second interview at Disneyland, and for the job that I currently have, actually. I literally had my second interview and was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go all in for this, because this is what I feel like I should do, and I just need to trust God like 100%. And at that time, like I was not doing as much as I should have been doing spiritually. Like I really wasn't going to church. I was not reading my scriptures. I didn't have my temple recommend, which when you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, like you should be doing. And it's not that I didn't want to, it was just like, I just kind of fell out of it. And I joined a Facebook group and actually found a place to live that was cheaper than staying in Florida. And my parents were scared for me too, but they were like, okay, like if you feel like this is what you should do, you need to do it. I worked a crap ton of hours my last few weeks just trying to save up enough money to like drive here, literally. And it's like, I remember paying my down payment or my deposit for my place here, and that was literally like all the money in my bank account. Because when you work at Disney, especially doing the Disney College Program, you're not really there to make money. Like I maybe got like $200 a week to live off of or something like that for like working like 40 hours. Never do it for the money. And I wasn't doing it for the money, and I was happy, you know? Okay, I'm currently editing this, not to sound crazy and like kind of go like religious route, but I just want to add that I did keep having this like part in the Bible come to my head that was like when there was like this rich guy, and he went to Jesus and was like, what can I do? And Jesus was like, sell everything you have. So I literally took that, or it just kept like coming to my mind, like sell everything you have. And so I literally sold probably more than 50% of all my stuff in Florida. And you figure I had to stuff everything in a 2-door Jeep Wrangler, everything that I was bringing with me. Yeah, that was crazy too. And it was crazy because I made this huge like Facebook page for the Disney College Program that's like a buy sell trade page, and it really blew up. And if I didn't make that page, like I wouldn't have been so successful to like help me make more money to move and also like get rid of my stuff. Fast forward to my last day at the Emporium. I actually have it on a TikTok vlog. I got my job offer officially for Disneyland. I was in the parks before my last shift, and a recruiter calls me and he's like, when do you want to start? I was literally on the carousel of progress. I'll have that TikTok link down below. It's kind of entertaining if you want to go watch it. And I told all my leaders, peace out. My transfer was still in to stay at my location, so it made it like easier to take me off the schedule because I knew all the leadership, and then transition to going to Florida. And it was crazy too because the week before I was supposed to start living here, where I'm living in California, was the last week of my Disney College program. And so then I realized I'm never gonna doubt God again, and like, wow, my dad was nice enough to help me drive. I have all those in vlogs on my TikTok. I literally had no money to really move out here, but somehow it all worked out. Like, my parents did help me a little bit, but like, it's just crazy how if God needs you to do something, like, he'll provide a way 100%. And I moved out here not knowing anyone. I was so blessed with my living situation because I live with 2 other girls that are members of my church, and that was kind of something I was missing in Florida. It's just like having like the common like value system, I guess. I will say like my bestest best friends though, most of them are not, but it's just nice like living with people who are. I literally live 4 blocks from the beach, and I pay less than what I was paying in Florida, where I was living in Florida with Disney. It was like $1,000 a month, and I was getting paid 13 or 14 an hour there, and here I'm getting paid 17 an hour, which the taxes take out a lot. But yeah, it's literally insane. It just blows my mind that I'm here. So that's like my big, like, I moved to California and now I work at Disneyland moment, I guess. I do like working at Disneyland a lot, but I do miss Florida so much. Maybe because of my friends and like the more social aspect of it than my current job. I knew I wanted to be out of that Disney bubble, and I knew here in California it's a lot more balanced. Like, yeah, we have Disney, but we also have beaches and we also have the outdoors, and I love the outdoors so much, and that was something that Florida never had. And so I kind of was like always kind of bummed out about that. I'm also growing out my eyebrows. I really need to get them shaped, but for now we're just gonna let them thrive and survive. I laminated them too, like last week, because they're so thick and I love like a fluffy brow. Yeah, so I'm kind of out of the Disney bubble, and I am really happy to be, actually. So I kind of talked about this, but like in Florida, I really wasn't active like with my religion as much as I should have been, but I feel like it taught me like so much, and so I am actually trying to like get back to being more religious. And I kind of posted about it on my TikTok, more so just like the funny things about it, about being like a Mormon or LDS. As far as 2023, I actually have a lot of goals. Some of them involve social media, but my 3 like biggest goals are to, this makeup's really not looking that great, but we're just gonna roll with it. This is my everyday makeup. So one of my goals for this year is I really want to start a podcast, and then I also want to get into personal training, and then I also want to go to the temple, which is like a religious thing. And those are like my biggest goals of this year. I'm gonna post an updated curly hair routine because I feel like I definitely need to share that. This makeup really is not giving what it needs to give. I'll update y'all on my dating life. I took a break from dating. I kind of like talked to like 3 guys when I moved here back to back, like not really at once, but it just didn't work out. Let me just say that. And I knew I needed to take a break from dating as well, because I was kind of like dating people below my standards, which kind of led them to treating me below my standards. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a break, and I'm going to just chill and not care about dating. I love being single and not really like worrying about dating people, because I feel like overall I'm just like happier with myself, because some of these guys out here are making me feel like the worst about myself. But I recently went on a date last week, actually my first date in a few months, and my goal was kind of to be open to like going on dates more like at the end of this month or whenever I got my temp recommend renewed. The date kind of wasn't that good, but I mean, it wasn't terrible. He was hours late and wanted me to drive because he didn't want to put miles on his car. So I dragged him to Costco to fill up my gas tank, and we went out to eat and then dessert, and I offered to pay for dessert because I was not like interested in anything beyond friends with him. But you know what, it could have been worse. So yeah, I'm open to dating. I might make some like funny TikToks about dating or like get ready with me's. I've been loving TikTok lately. I really like don't care who sees whatever I post, And I really don't care what I post on there. It's just like something fun for me to do. It's like doing YouTube, but like on a smaller scale. I feel like YouTube is kind of a lot to take on. If you made it this far, I would love to know like what brought you guys to my YouTube channel. And if you met me when I worked at Disney World, hello, you're awesome and I appreciate you. Now I'm completely backstage. Like being on stage and like meeting people was just so unreal. People who watch my YouTube channel, and it was just great. I loved it. And so if I met you, hey, you made my day when I met you. This was kind of like a random hi, how are you YouTube video. I'm doing great. I hope you guys are doing great and are thriving. I hope 2023 is our year. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for subscribing or watching this video, and I hope you guys have a magical day. Bye.